Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. People with fluctuating health conditions have often been a little bit concerned about the assessment process for benefits, mainly because, as the name implies, these conditions fluctuate, so you may have good days and bad days, and it's very often impossible to predict what day you're going to have before you actually have it. Now, there was a question asked in the Commons which was answered by Sir Stephen Timms relating to fluctuating conditions, so I thought that I would read it out to you and of course leave a link to it in the description, as I always do, so that you can see what the government's idea of fluctuating conditions is. Now take a look at this. I'll go through it with you, and then of course let me know your comments down in the comments section. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the question from Adam Jog. To the Secretary of State for Work and Pensions, what steps she is taking to ensure adequate training and guidance for PIP assessors on arthritis and other chronic fluctuating health conditions. This was answered by Sir Stephen Timms, and he says, the Personal Independence Payment Assessment evaluates how an individual's condition affects their ability to live independently, rather than focusing solely on the nature or severity of their condition. The assessment considers whether a person can carry out specific activities safely, reliably, repeatedly, and within a reasonable time frame. The process does not assess individuals based on their best days. Instead, it considers the overall impacts of a condition over time, specifically considering functional limitations that occur on more than 50% of the days within a given period. All health professionals have fully qualified in their health discipline and have passed strict recruitment and experience criteria. They are also required to be registered with the appropriate regulatory body. The department authorises HPs to conduct assessments only after suppliers demonstrate that the HP has successfully completed a department-approved training and appraisal program. This process confirms that HPs possess a sound understanding of the clinical aspect and likely functional effects of a broad range of health conditions. As of September 24, the Department for Work and Pensions took over responsibility for the core training and guidance material used within the Health Assessment Advisory Service. This material is provided by DWP to assessment suppliers, who are required to incorporate all relevant CTGM content related to specific conditions and assessment policies into their final training products. DWP has provided suppliers with specific CTGM on rheumatoid arthritis, alongside a broader suite of training materials covering a range of long-term fluctuating health conditions. These contain clinical and functional information relevant to the condition and is quality assured to ensure its accuracy from both a clinical and policy perspective. Now, I have often argued, although maybe this is too expensive, I don't know, but it would get the situation and the process right. I have often argued that people who are assessed should be assessed by healthcare professionals who have a working knowledge of that condition. Reading a lot about it, studying certain aspects of it through training can of course be helpful, but I think there are certain aspects to a condition which you don't always find in the training manual, and I think that this is a very important area to focus on. So for example, you may know all of the technical information about arthritis and how it affects people, but you may not always know the little nuances of how something like arthritis can affect people. And I think that if you have a working knowledge, having dealt with arthritis patients, or have a working knowledge of how this condition affects them, then you can't always get all of the information you want, and simply asking someone doesn't always give you that answer either. And indeed, in many cases, what people have been told, or what people have answered the questions, have been completely ignored. So I don't see how they can say that there is a comprehensive system in place when a lot of the time the answers that people give us are arbitrarily ignored anyway. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think the training that they get is adequate for things like fluctuating conditions? Or do you think that they need more specialised training and perhaps more specialised knowledge of fluctuating conditions? Let me know down in the comment section what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, of course. Please do subscribe if you've got this far, and I'll see you next time.